Hey there. This month we'll be studying together a little bit about the book of James, where it brings a lot of wisdom, encouragement, and other teachings. We'll start with James 1:4, which says, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you'll be perfect and complete, needing nothing." Let me tell you a bit about a story about myself. Some time ago, I was working for a company where everything was going perfectly. Just to give you an idea, I would be very excited to wake up in the morning and be there every day. The people in the company were awesome and I was making a good living. I believed that it was God's plan, and I said that I would keep that job for life because everything was perfect. I didn't see any reason for me to switch in jobs. Payment was great, leadership was awesome, so it was really great. But just 2 months after my honeymoon, which was a great time, the company started to go through some financial hardships, but never told us about it. Being just a commission-only salesperson is hard to prepare for unexpected things in life. So there I was caught in a situation of going months without getting paid. This situation just kept going until I decided to leave the company, heartbroken, emotionally broken, where I was owed more than $50,000 in commission. I decided to move forward, refusing to give up, and kept believing that God had a better plan for my life. So months went by. I was given an opportunity for a partnership with a reputable company that I believed in, where now I could do the job, but being the owner of my own company. So I decided to take it. You would think that everything turned out to be great because now I'm the owner of my own company, but instead overnight, after 2 years of partnership, same situation happened. Company went bankrupt and owed money again. Except this time now I knew how to handle it better. I didn't feel the pain how I did the first time. This story may not be your story today. Today you may have a different story, and you may be in a situation far worse than this. But they are called pain, which is something that we all have in common. So this may have led you to ask this couple questions. Why is this happening to me when I was just finally doing well? Everything was just going perfect in my life. Why did it have to happen? Why do these things keep happening to me? Or why now? Why me? But this is where James begins his letter. He doesn't begin with a comfort, and he doesn't begin like with a warm hug, but he begins his letter with a command that almost sounds unreasonable to us. He says that when troubles of any kind come our way, that we should consider an opportunity for great joy. But how is this possible? Is James telling us here that when we lose a loved one, lost a job, lost our marriage, or got into an accident, or when we are being persecuted by other people, we should look at the situation as an opportunity for joy? Maybe you are wondering right now, how would that be possible? So let's slow down here and walk through this verse step by step and find out exactly what James is telling us here. James starts by saying, "Dear brothers and sisters." James starts with tenderness. He's not preaching as strangers. He's not talking to people that he doesn't know. In fact, he's speaking to the church, to people that he's close to people who've already given their hearts to Jesus and that was being persecuted because of Jesus. James is saying there'll be many troubles that you face in life. And you being a Christian or have a faith in God does not mean you won't have one. In fact, Jesus predicted this when he was here on earth. He said on Matthew that we would have many troubles in the days to come. But he asked us to stand strong and to persevere through the troubles, through the trials, because he had won the battle for us at the cross. Jesus knew, my friend, that you would face something like this today. And not that it is his will for your life to face all this kind of pain, but he said for you to be strong, because the difference now is that we have him to stand with us through our suffering and through our troubles. The Greek word here, when we look at it for the word trouble, it can mean a couple things. It can mean trials, it can mean temptation, it can mean adversity. Anything that actually tests us, anything that actually shakes us, anything that actually pushes us to our limits. James wants us to know that we're not being singled out, that we're actually being strengthened through the process. And then he continued to say that we should take all of this and consider an opportunity for great joy. Now, the word consider here means to evaluate, to count it as something valuable, because many times when we do face a trouble in life, we tend to worry, we tend to lose our faith, we tend to lose ourselves in the process of the pain. But James isn't telling us to be joyful about our pain. However, he's calling us to see it differently. He's saying, look beyond the pain. We cannot be content about the pain that we face in life, of course, but we don't have to stay there. We don't have to dwell in the pain. We don't have to live there. We can live past it. So he's saying, hey, don't just react to the pain and feel sorry about yourself, feel bad about yourself, but reframe it. What if this isn't just an attack, but an assignment? Hey, if today's meditation spoke to your heart, share with someone you love. You never know who might be needing this encouragement today. And if you'd like to help us reach more hearts through the Heralds Ministry, consider supporting us at heraldsofreedom.net. This is www.heraldsofreedom.net. Your support here helps us spread the light of God with other people and help us also to make an everlasting impact in our community. So thank you then for standing with us strong in this ministry.